Was a difficult, ruthless. I don't know is the word. It's behind a lot of work. They are so strong. Every time we play, with them is so difficult. Physicality and transitional team and how good they defend all the actions and. But yeah, difficult, really, really difficult game. We knew it, but we prepared really well after a tough game emotionally against in Madrid. So yeah, really pleased for many things is going to happen inside of the locker room and many things we have to improve. Madrid, they give me a lot of signals that still we are not ready in terms of no mentality, I would say, in terms of how you have to approach certain games, but because they are young, some players, but of course we are really really pleased because I know how tough they are, and make 0-3 here is a good statement for us.
Hi, Pep. You mentioned Madrid. Now you won here, a very tough pitch to play in. What does this tell you about your team's mentality? How much do you think you guys are ready to compete for the title?
No, but always it's difficult to play in certain places. Bernabeu is so difficult in terms of emotional. When you face this type of players in the stadium, the history is always this is a step you have to take. Be yourself, be ourselves. It's not about winning or losing. Of course, it's a business to win, but always when you approach the games, like whatever happened, wherever the opponents in that terms, just good things is going to happen. Just so it's no sense to play football without being who you are as an individual football player or as a team. And this is still we are not at top, but learning what happened, we will be closer in the future. And of course, after playing in Bernabeu, come day after, and one training session, and prepare that team like Lewis in the Premier League as the last FA Cup winners, and being incredible way, not just in the results, because the results are consequence that how much Oliver and his people is doing. So it's really really good. Now we have two more games before the long week in the Christmas time, and of course we have try to reach the semi-final of the Carabao Cup and especially West Ham before that.
Martin.
When you have to play in adversity, as your team did for an hour or so today, and show the resilience to come out with a victory, is that something that makes you feel even more confident about what they can achieve, that they can fight and scrap and do whatever is required and then show their quality to win 3 points and keep the pressure on Arsenal?
No, I know what I mean, but I see for experience when you win in the past, you believe that the past was always perfect, always was brilliant, always red carpets, always was easier. And when we won 100 points and all the titles, not necessary to nominate it because it will be boring and will be too late to go home to sleep. For the amount of things we achieve, we have a lot of games like today, and the resilience was part of that. So always every plan from Oliver or myself and all the manager want to do the best. But there are moments that you struggle, and Madrid was not a perfect game. Madrid was not who have to be to win important things, but it's in a step. But we were there. We fought with 5 in the back in the last moments, or whatever happened is we fought unbelievably, to achieve that, and that is build something for that. And after we will see if we are able. But of course, we are in better position than last season. We are close in the competition that we are dealing now, and this is what we have to continue to do.
Chap.
Hey Pep, you're talking about the fight. I just wondered the sort of 15 minutes in the second half where there was quite a lot of long throws from Crystal Palace today. The organisation in your back four seemed really really strong.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not easy. Long balls on Mateta with the windy, with the second balls, and we talk about that. But we are learning a lot. This type of balls to winning, no blow away. It's just make a short passes there, and after we can run. And we're improving a lot in the last weeks about that concept. And I don't know, Nico, Mateus, all four, they were so, they played together a lot lately for obvious reasons. And of course, when you are playing together, the connection, especially back four, is so important. You can rotate in certain positions, but as much the defenders are there, it's important. You can say so. The pace and the composure for the both fullbacks, and the leadership from Ruben. Ruben is an incredible leader, and consistent, no injuries, and his professionality the day after, the day before, how he lead the mates and vocal there. It's an incredible sign from Man City for many years and many years to come. He's a real captain, a real leader. And Josko, today again, make a top game, didn't make a mistakes, with the ball, without, and this is a step he has to take.
Thank you. Sven. Got the microphone, guys? Sorry.
Hi, Pep. I wanted to ask you about Phil Foden. I think he's one of the players with the most minutes this season, and obviously he has scored some very important goals, not just today, but also recently. You barely substitute him anymore. Could you just tell us, do you think he has stepped up after a lot of players left last season, and where has he especially improved, and what's his best position?
The problem last season was not Phil, it was for everyone, me included. So it was an incredible lesson for us. For me personally, it was an incredible lesson. But despite of that, so we got final FA Cup, it was finished third. And I said many times, in a bad season, here in that country, you are not resilient, like your colleague said before, we have finished 10 or 12. And Phil is today, I know that people maybe, I think differently, today was not good. He didn't play at his best, so he lost a lot of balls. He was so in a rush in decisions, was so anxious. And he has to play, just keep the ball and be associated with the other ones. And in the right moment, make this explosion that only he has, in terms of goals and assists go there. But before arrive there, has to be more calm. And but always sometimes it's because he want to do it well. I want to help that. Sometimes it's, he make these situations not clear. But Phil, in terms of work ethic defensively, how he press and how he come back and how he's inviolable. So it's incredible. So, and even from my opinion today, one of his best at the end was Phil, right run, and then I don't know, maybe the best of the team and score a goal, because close to the box is unbelievable.
Ed.
Just on Phil, you were talking to him quite a lot at the end, and you sort of applauded him off the pitch. Do you think that there's a lot more to come from him then?
Absolutely.
Six goals in 4 games.
Absolutely. Have a lot of margin to understand the game. He will not improve his incredible quality because he's top. But understanding the game, the way you have certain moments, the way you have to play, and the way you have to accelerate or sometimes decelerate the game, just the timing, the tempo he will give it. Of course, everyone has to margin to improve. Everyone.
James, yeah.
Hi, Pep. You mentioned that first question about how your team's not ready in terms of how they approach certain games. I wonder if you could expand on where do you see this team improving in the second half of the season?
Of course, we are improving related for the last season. New players came a lot, so adapted many things, and be aware in this type of game in Madrid, they'll help us that always we have to try to believe that we can do it whatever competition or whatever stadium have to do. Only my dream as a manager since I start is be ourselves. That sentence always said, be ourselves all the time. It doesn't matter the opponent, respect them. I know the strength they have, and know of course they have weaknesses, but be ourselves. Whatever happens, you play today, you play Carabao, is be and perform like we are working and talking and doing. And this is, I think, for the reason why when we had Vincent or have a Kyle and have a Eddie, have all the players that have been Kevin and Gundo and all the players have been legends. Sergio have been legend in that club. They help us to do an incredible decade. They have the composer to say, Rodri, for example. So we are playing with the best player in the world 2 years ago during 1 year and a half. So despite of that, so we are there. We are close, and this is what I like it. And I had the feeling that we are getting better. We are getting better, and this is what we do want to feel, because at the end, today was 0-3, but Sunderland, the season is doing Sunderland, right? We won 3-0, and we were we were good against Sunderland during 95 minutes. I cannot expect come here, they don't have a chances, or they don't have a lose the ball at transitional. It's the FA Cup winners. So the team is a top 4 or top 5 before that game. So it's an exceptional team. So I cannot expect differently, but how we approach, how we aggressive we were in the high pressing, how we good defending in the box, how we good in many, many things we have done, that made me so happy.